Hello, I'm Otto and welcome to episode 30 of my Factorio Space Age Guide. So in the last episode we we started to set some bots up and then I had to add a little clip in between that was like, hey, by the way, here's the bots. So here we go, here's the bots. I also off camera got rid of a lot of the junk ghost belts in the middle. Like they're not junk, like we're going to be putting a lot of those down, but at least for now I just removed them. I was also going to drop a bunch of concrete, and then I was like, what? Why am I going to do that? The bots can do it. So yeah, there you go. The bots are on it. Okay, well, this always seems to happen. Every time I have the bots do stuff, they end up, because this is dragging all the way through, these guys need, you know what, I'm just going to, there we go. Guess I just had that as a guideline. Anyways, so in this episode, well, there's a couple things. First off, like I need to explain some additional things with the bots, specifically the logistics bots, and a huge aspect of the game. So I'll explain that, and then we are going to make some stuff for military use. And what I mean by that is we are going to be making a tank. We're going to be making some tank ammo. We're going to be making a rocket. Sorry, not a rocket. A rocket build. Do we have anything out of this yet? No. It's just all regulars, huh? I would probably out of let's see, what is that? 50? 62? I would probably expect to at least see a green by now. Um so what am I aiming for? So let's just go into the rocket launcher for a second. So the only thing that the quality is going to give us is extra range. But you can kind of see like this range is already huge. Like your gun. Can I have a gun over here? Your machine gun has a range of 18. The rocket launcher has double that by default. And then we can add an extra, what, nine tiles to that? So that's, whew, that thing's got some range, and oh boy, does that help us out a lot. So that's what we're aiming for, is we're aiming for the extra range. It's not a big deal, like we can get away with just a regular rocket launcher, but and I guess now that I'm thinking about it, so when we handcraft things, you cannot have quality with handcrafting. So anything that we would kind of handcraft, if there's the potential for us to get quality out of it, like if it's, you know, if we're handcrafting a belt, this is not a big deal because the only thing that's going to go up is the health. Like, what do we care? We can just replace the thing after. Like if it has low health, the bots will repair it. Like it's not a big deal. But if we're handcrafting other things, like let's say the tank, we are not going to handcraft the tank. If we were going to handcraft turrets, which we're not, because we, you know, they're expendable at this point. We're not going to handcraft the tank. We like literally you. At the very least, drop an assembler, put all the ingredients in, pop some quality in that thing. And then let the assembler create it, and then you pick it up. Just in case, because there's that 10% chance that it could upgrade to uncommon, or 1% chance, or not, sorry, not 10%. 10% based off of this 2%. Or sorry, 2% chance, and then what, I keep saying 10%. It's because it's like diminishing by like 10%. Let's say in this case, you have a 2% chance of it becoming uncommon, and then a 0.2% chance of getting a rare. Like, that's not really the best odds, but every now and then it happens, and when it does, it's like, oh yeah. I mean, you can kind of see here, right? Like, we've made 70 of, almost 75 of these things, and not a single one has gotten us quality yet. Okay, so, what are the things that I was going to explain with the bots? So the one nice aspect about the getting bots, oh, look at them, they're just It's so great seeing the bots. It's almost better when they're slow like this. Like once they speed up, they just kind of like zoom across the screen and you're like, ah, what just happened? You know, something went whizzing by and now I've got a whole base set up. Um, yeah, we're gonna just remove that for now. We will need that back because we will eventually have oil coming in down here somewhere. Anyways, so if you open up your inventory, you can kind of see that there's this new screen right here in the middle, and this is your logistics revolving around all of the robot stuff. So what does the logistics do? So you can dispose of things. No. I don't want to do that yet. Sorry. We need a section for garbage. I'll just put one up here for now. Normally I will put one of these near the mall, or near the rockets or something. So we have some room up here and we have some room by where the rockets will be, so we can kind of maybe do both. But I like to just take a row of storage, or a couple of rows, I guess. This is so that the robots will have somewhere to put something. I feel like they've already been dumping into places, and I don't think that... Uh-oh, where are you guys going? Oh, they're placing... Look it. They've been building out my mining stacks. How about that? I love the bots. The bots are great. So now once we end up, you know, going to do a lot of this stuff, we don't have to do it anymore. I'm sure wherever the bots have been putting these things, I will find it later. It's gonna be some like random section with a bunch of stuff clogged in it that I forgot to set or something. I don't know. Yeah, because there's wood somewhere and they've been placing it or picking it up, so 508. So anyways, back to what we were talking about. So the bots can like dispose of this stuff for us. So we can put like all of this into, and we'll leave a little bit of that. So we can put all of this in here in the trash can, and these, where are they? I want to enable this. So all these red ones, these are the ones that are coming for me. The logistics bots will come grab all of this stuff and put it into storage. Pretty sweet. We can also request in items. So like, let's say whenever we make a tank, I'm going to want to set up some engines. So I can request in engines. So similar to the requester chest, I have personal requests. So speaking of setting up engines, I don't think that I want to do that here. I usually have a branch. Oh, it should also be noted that these logistics bots, for them to actually work with you, you have to be in the orange section of the network. So if I was in this green section up here, inside the orange section, they're okay. Inside the green section, they are not going to help me out. They can, like, even if you were to go back and forth, they like half a tile outside into the green section, and they are turning around and going back home. So that is something to note. Where did I set up engines? Electric engines are over here. So we're just going to tell one of these to start filling up some items. I think we need 36, 32. We do not need anything going back into this. Really? Seriously? Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. We'll just do like that. So I am going to limit this to the 32 that I need. So enable if engines are less than 32. Okay, do I have everything that I need? Probably not, so we're just gonna go load up on some stuff. Definitely don't have the undergrounds. Splitters are probably fine. I can't just like run through here anymore. Rip. I'm definitely gonna need some, probably assemblers. I don't think, I don't need any more chemical plants. Inserters, yes please. Assemblers. Belts. If we have any left. Ah! I don't like using long hand inserters, but whatever, we kind of obviously need them. Yeah, I guess I can get some chemical plants. I'm not gonna need too many. I'm gonna need like a little bit for this build. We'll just say I'll keep 30 on me. Now, I'm going through and manually adding those. I can also add sections, like let's say that I wanted a logistics section here. So I want to keep, let's say 1,000 belts on me. The bots will make sure, you can see the satisfaction and on the way. The bots will make sure that I have 1,000 of those red undergrounds. You can see they are bringing me materials now. On the map, these little red ones are the ones that are coming after me. The yellow ones are the ones that are performing actions outside of me. The yellow ones are the construction bots. The white are Logi bots. Anyways. Oh, it's so much worse when they're so slow because, like, specifically the logistics bots, because they're, like, chasing you, and it's really funny, and then you get outside the network and they're all like, ah, we gotta take our stuff back. Like this. Whatever. They'll make it eventually, as long as I stay within the network. And before I walk out of the network, let's add some city block sections, I suppose. Oh, I did not show this off, so you can. Why did that not do anything? You can hold the deconstruction planer and actually put it on your bars. When you do this, like you're creating an actual inventory item. So you can right click this and enable trees and rocks only, and then you don't have to worry about stuff that you're deconstructing in your base. You can just boom, and it takes care of all the rocks and the trees. Oops. Which is a very, very helpful thing to have. Okay, so let's get into this build. We are 14 minutes in and we have a lot of stuff to do. I don't think we need gears anymore. I think this might have been the last section that we needed gears. So let's just omit that. Like, it's possible we do. I'm 99% sure we don't need gears anymore, so that's just gone. Okay. Hey, robots. Come be my buddy. What all are we going to need? So let's just take a look at what we need, and then we will get the bots to maybe start bringing stuff over. So All right, there's a few things that we want to eventually make. We want some military stuff. We want some tank cannon shells. So what do the cannon shells need? The cannon shells need steel and plastic. They also need explosives, which we will be making on site. Um, so that's one thing that we want to make. We also want to make some rocket fuel. So what do we need for rocket fuel? For rocket fuel, we need light oil, which is pretty easy. We have lots of light oil being made with the advanced oil processing, and we need solid fuel. How do we make solid fuel? Well, solid fuel can be made one of three different ways. I usually you have a lot of petroleum gas. Like that's the thing that's being like all of your other materials, your liquids are being compressed into petroleum gas. So it's usually better to go here. I think in my last guide I dabbled with doing it with light oil, but that was a mistake. Even though it's 10 light oil versus 20 petroleum gas, and in general, it is cheaper using the light oil because of how much light oil you actually need for the rocket fuel anyways, and how much petroleum gas you end up making. It's just better to go with petroleum gas. So that's what we're going to do here. So that's two things with a component that we need. So what else do we need? We need rockets because we are making a rocket launcher. And we want to be able to get some ammo for that. So we need iron plates and explosives. Now that's two things that need explosives. So now we have the tank ammo that needs explosives and the rockets that need explosives. And explosives are made in the chemical plant using coal, sulfur, and water. So what does that mean for what we need to bring in? I might as well start stamping stuff down at this point because the bots are just going to come fill it in anyways. Tell you what, let's do it like this. So what did we need for the first one? The first one we needed steel and plastic. We need iron plates for the rockets. And we needed coal and sulfur for the explosives. Then we also, nope. So we also needed some liquids in. We need water in. We need petroleum gas in, and we need light oil in. Okay, so we are going to start with, I believe, the explosives. So we want to make sure that we have explosives in here. We're gonna line this up a little bit better. And you know what? Like, it's great relying on the bots for this stuff, but we have the ability to make our. We did not get that. Okay, let's enable this personal roboport. We will be making this very soon. I was not able to use. I was not able to use this the last playthrough because I needed night vision, and now that I have this mod, night vision is largely not necessary, so I can actually have personal roboports now. Yay! Is there anything else that I want to get right now? I suppose we could start this. Yeah, because the faster we get to purple, the better. After bots, we are definitely going to be working towards the purple science. Okay, that is good for now. Okay, so we know we need steel, we need plastic, we need iron plates, we need coal, and wait a minute. We're gonna have to back this up some. Because we need... That is still not gonna be enough room. I would really like this stuff to line up. Okay. So this is gonna be explosives. And we are going to be bringing the water in through like this. So, let's get... We need some inserters here to bring the coal and sulfur in, and then we need to get some water in here. So, that will look something like this. Oh, see, this is where we're going to have problems not having these built. Tell you what, let's just continue on with some of these. There you go. You can see how the dark blue turned to light blue. That means the bots have, I guess, the bots are in the process of fulfilling it. Somebody has a dedicated... I can't believe I always do that. No! Shift, shift. We are going to need some coal in here. As a matter of fact, this is the last section that we will need coal. So the coal will end at this point. Actually, I think a lot of this stuff might be able to end... I think the stone ends here. I can't think off the top of my head. I don't think we need more past this point for purple science, but same with the stone brick. I think it ends here. Anyways, we can touch up a lot of that stuff later. We needed sulfur and plastic. Why am I missing a plastic? What is going on here? Okay, what did I do? I suppose that's what I did. Wait, that's not it. Where's the oil? I have no idea what I was just looking at, but whatever. No. No, 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 no. That needs to stay. This one can go. Okay. Now we should be fine. Ugh. These problems. Alright, let's hurry this up. 25 minutes in. Oh, geez. Alright, so we need room for this to come out. It will go back in the direction that it came. Like this. And it is going to join these guys over here. I feel like I might not have left enough room over here, but that's fine because we don't need anything necessarily coming out, but we do need some more stuff coming in. Petroleum gas is going to be coming in somewhere over here. Maybe one. All right, I'm going to shift all this over and let the bots handle it. Okay, so we need more of whatchamacallit, the coal and the sulfur. It will just line up in the same spots back here. Water will come through the same section. And then we need some power, so I've been placing these somewhere in the middle, which has been awesome. And then these will output like this. Okay, and that will be our explosives. So this is where it gets tricky. Explosives will... so what do we need next? We need rockets next. So we're going to have to leave some room for rockets because we're going to need a couple things. We need a belt coming in here. And we're going to set up 6 of these as well. So this needs iron plates and it needs explosives. So if we have both of those coming in here, we need these explosives to kind of do some weird stuff. So we need... Wait a minute. Okay, so this is the coal and sulfur line. So I'm gonna have the coal and the sulfur going like this. And it doesn't need to go past this point. But I still need it to do this funky... Do I though? Oh, I just did this. Okay, that would work. So this is coal and sulfur, and then it ends here. This is steel and plastic. This is iron plates. But I need this to continue on. This is explosives. So that will need to be able to continue on. This is the input for rockets. It is going to have an output, let's say here. I don't know, somewhere along something like this, maybe like that, because we're gonna want rockets on one side and tank ammo on the other. So this will force it onto the outside edge of this belt. Okay, that's what our rocket build is going to look like. So we need to just finish the materials for it. So this is, where's the explosives? Explosives are here. So I guess I can just keep doing it like this. And then that will end the iron line, because we do not need iron plates past this point. Okay, so if I guess I should do tank ammo next. I think in my testing I did not. I think I went rocket fuel and then tank ammo, but let's see if we can squeeze in the... And I might have had a reason for that, so I'm not completely sure. It's been a couple of days since I tested out that build. So we need 2 things coming in for tanks, I believe. That's right, tank ammo. I need 2 belts. So I need the explosives, which is this line here. That's why I did that. Okay. Because of having to deal with the underground situation, I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just do the rocket fuel. So we are going to do it like that instead. We're going to do rocket fuel. I think I need space for... this. That's going to be our solid fuel, and then our actual rocket fuel will, I don't know. I would like it to line up with these though. So if those line up, then these are not going to line up. Okay, there. Where is my rocket fuel? Okay, so that is how this is going to be set up. We are going to have a section in the middle for the rocket fuel to come through. Be put on the belt and go through. The rocket fuel will have its own belt because we can use it for other things, whereas the tank and rocket ammo, we can only use that for one thing. So we will end the tank ammo and the rocket fuel will be continued on, probably up north, maybe. And what I mean by that is we can eventually start to use that for things like train fuel, or, so we can have a system automated using this to kind of start the supply of our trains. Anyways, moving along. So we need petroleum gas out of here. And I believe I bring it somewhere up through here. Let's just say like that for now. Is that as long as I go? Okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll do it like this instead. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And then we need light oil. So light oil is going to be interesting because probably the best way for me to do this is if I'm bringing it up through here, let's say. I know. I'm going to bring it through back here. Then we're going to have some funky stuff happening. So we're going to send the light oil all the way across to here. and then this will feed these 4. And the same with these 2 over here. This will feed these. This will feed these. And we still need outputs for the rocket fuel, so we can just underground. And I can output there, those 2. Now that is all the output that the rocket fuel needs, but they still need, so that's the light oil coming in from the middle, then they still need the heavy oil. Sorry, the solid fuel, my goodness. Which will come from these, and same for back here. And then this needs its own petroleum gas. I put that on the outside. We'll do the one on the right. We'll do the same thing here. Okay, and that will be, so that one is complete. Rocket fuel is complete. So this is steel and plastic. We need explosives. And then we just need to, I guess, just branch these in for, where's my line at? Second unit room, I think it might. Because I need 2 coming in here. I need a split for, let's say, the explosives, and then I need another split for this. Then this hops over, and this continues on. Okay, tank ammo. Steel, plastic, explosives. So explosives are on this line, the steel and plastic are on this line. And we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to do 6 wide. And it will need an output, and so the output we're going to have go directly into so that's the rocket fuel. It will hop over the tank ammo, and then the tank ammo will just run right into the rockets because we have the rockets on the right hand side going up this side of the belt, and then this will stay on the left hand side of the belt. I still want the explosives to be on the outside, so this is going to do some funkiness up here. The reason for that is because there's going to be one item for the explosives and 2 items coming here. It's just better if it's lined up this way. Okay, so the last thing that we need to do is collection. So we're going to do some funky stuff for collection as well. I could probably do it back here, actually. As a matter of fact, this makes a perfect spot because if we're jumping already, then I can just have this here. We don't have materials coming in yet, so I can... Alright, so we're going to do tank ammo here. And rockets here. So we need to filter this one. So we need to filter this one for tank ammo, and we need to filter this inserter for rockets. We can just manually place these because we're not gonna like. We might. Now you know what? Okay. We'll just do it kind of the quote unquote proper way because we will end up putting stuff back into these, I suppose. One of the things about this the DLC is when you decide to leave the planet, and this goes for all planets, if you decide to leave the planet, you cannot have anything in your inventory. You know, we can carry 50 rocket silos in our backpack, but, you know, God help us if we have a feather in our backpack when we're going up into space. It's an odd design choice. I get it. I definitely do because, you know, they don't want you to be able to cheese your way through bringing stuff with you because your inventory can get quite large in this game. It's pretty impressive how large your inventory can get in the DLC. Okay, so we're gonna enable if rocket or cannon shell. Size is 100, so we're gonna do 1,000. That's a whole row. That's a whole top row. These are 10, 20, 30, 40, 48. I know that the 8 seems kind of weird, but rockets are the same. Stack size of 100. And so we're going to do 1,000. I could just do rocket fuel like this. Nah, I want it to look nicer. Well, I guess it's not really going to look that nice, is it? Because it's still going to be... Sure, why not? Make sure to, like, anytime you place the yellow chest, make sure to filter it. If you definitely know that nothing will be going back into this chest, then you don't have to filter if you put a red chest. So we're going to limit rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is different. The stack size for this is low. It used to be, I think it used to be, I feel like it wasn't 20. I mean, maybe it was, but I feel like the stack size was lower. Anyways, doesn't matter. Stack size is 20. So we're going to limit this to 200. Whoop, not 2,000. So we're going to limit this to 10 stacks. Okay, so now we just need connections and, well, some power solutions here. We're just going to toss some substations, probably there and there. Oh, that dodges. That is really janky, but you know what? It is what it is. I can't put it in the middle like this. If anything, I would have to put these on the outside. You know what? Let's see how that looks. Okay, I mean, I guess that's a little better. All right, so now I need to bring some stuff in. We have a lot of stuff to bring in. We have, we're like way past time. So we need to bring in iron. We're gonna priority this right. 2, 3, 4. These are all gonna priority output left. We don't need too much more iron at this point, so most of these belts are probably useless or near useless. But for now, we're gonna just let it fly. Okay, so we need... Oh, man, without the ghosts here, it's a lot more of a pain to get from one side to the other in the position that you're supposed to. I think, you know what, I might be able to just do this and then rotate back. This one didn't need to go that far anyways. What do we need? Steel and plastic? Alright, let's bring the plastic down. Oh, wait a minute, we're there. We need steel down. We need the coal. And like I said, this is the end for coal, so we're not going past this point. Alright, so this is steel. So steel is here. We don't need this to jump because nothing is. Oh, you know what? I do still want to do that though. Do I? And we need plastic. Okay. So that's going to be our plastic, and now we need sulfur and coal. So this is the coal here. This is where our sulfur and coal were going to come in. So I'm just going to merge these, and then they will just go. Like we're not, like we're ending this at this point. I believe it's the same for the sulfur. Sulfur at this point is going to be done. But we're still going to have to... Let's move this guy up one. Okay, let me think this through. So I need this like this. This is gonna have to be one up so that I can have sulfur on the right-hand side. Right? And let's just say that this is going to come... let's just do that. It's funky, but it'll work. Okay, we're still going to need to get the fluids in, but let's just make sure all of this is going to go properly. I can see the coal mixing with the sulfur, the steel and the plastic is fine. These are good. Okay, petroleum gas. Let's see if we can get the bots to handle. No, 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 no. Where's my main line? Here? Yeah. All right. Oof, that just worked out. Okay, so that's petroleum gas. We're gonna need water and light oil. I do not know how far down either one is. Looks like the water is right here. Water was the first one? Yep, and then light oil, and then we're done. Did I even bring light oil down? I did, kind of. This is gonna be a little, okay. This is gonna be a little rough. Because I kind of needed this to be, we're just gonna do it like that. And then that should be fine enough to line up with what we need. Okay, and then we will let the bots handle everything from there. Whew. Oh my gosh, this is such a long episode and I apologize. We are 53 minutes into this episode and I still haven't made a tank. Maybe we can save the tank for the beginning of next episode. Yeah, this episode is way too long. Okay, so we have some of the materials that we need to make a tank. I just need steel. I mean, I guess it's not a big deal because we're just going to be dropping it and fine. Let's do it super fast. Oh, pipe extent. No! Please, just give me somewhere to place. There we go. Tank. Okay, quality. Quality is the important part. I'm just going to control... What? Whatever. I thought I had everything. Watch, in the future I'm going to be like, why doesn't this have wiring connecting it? Okay, tank is being created. I do not want to make another one. We will not get lucky on quality, but you know what? It is what it is. Yay, we have a tank. Whoops. And there we go. Our lovely biter killer. We're going to be doing lots of biter killing. It's sped up, of course. Okay. So, and I got to make sure to get out of the habit of picking that up. Once, you know, with the tank, we're going to be loading that thing up with materials. So once we get going with it, just watch. In the future, you'll see. I'll be trying to pick that thing up a lot. Okay, so we are obviously going to have some problems for the next episode. That's fine. We can deal with that. Easy fix. That is it for me. So in the next episode, I think that we might start working. We're going to start working more towards purple science. Like I want to get trains going up, up and running as soon as we can. Ooh, that's dangerous. Okay, just one last thing. I've never done this before, but I'm actually going to increase this. I am at some point going to drop some efficiency modules inside of the miners because the miners are the biggest polluters. This is not a big deal. The smelting stacks, we will be upgrading these to electric furnaces soon, but the miners are the biggest polluters for sure. And we should be able to see that in the pollution tab here. Yeah, you can see the miners, the boilers. So Massive, massive pollution coming from the mining stuff. Um, Most of the other stuff I'm not worried about because it's very minimal, but we can at least do something about this, and then at some point we can do something about this. The reason why I am probably going to put efficiency modules in here, now, most people don't do this, like, at all. Like, this is something that people just don't do, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not putting anything else in them, and this is only beneficial for us. It'll reduce the pollution, and it'll even reduce the energy costs, because if you look at the, let's go to the electric grid. Um, the orange is energy use. So in the last hour, these guys have been, near the top of the things that are consuming power. So okay, anyways, long episode. I'm so sorry. That is going to be it for me. So in the next episode, we are going to, I believe we are going to put down purple science. That should be interesting. We need purple science to get to a couple more fun things. Few fun things. I don't know. We'll see. I also want to get rockets launched soon because you can launch a rocket right after getting blue science. And there are some things that we need space science for, the white one. So one episode at a time, right? It's kind of hard to, you got to like pick and choose your battles. I really needed the military stuff ASAP because of the impending biter attacks coming in. Anyways, that is it for me for this episode. If you've enjoyed my content, well, you know what to do. Also, I have a Discord now, and I have some regular back and forth with people there. I'm going to be hopefully posting some Discord exclusive content. Yeah, so join my Discord. Come hang out. That's it for me for this episode. I will see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.